So I believe that's the beauty of diversity, right? I think a lot of people think diversity is just race and gender, but it's actually so much more than that. There's religion, there's age, there's disabilities and abilities. And I think if we just really sit down and have these conversations where we're open-minded and we are allowing ourselves to explore somebody else's thought process and explore their perspective. I know perspective is used a lot, but it truly is about perspective and lived experience, right? And if we just take a dive into their perspective and their lived experience, we could just learn so much from each other.
Putting aside the judgments and about how they've managed their lives in terms of the resources and everything like that. I think there's so much that we can learn from them in terms of a life perspective. And I think too, it's important to note that it's always easy to throw stones from your glass house in the sense that, who's to say that if the roles were reversed, that the people that are, in the younger generations, if they would have been in the baby boomer generation, that they wouldn't have been a product of their environment too, in terms of how they managed resources and went about their daily lives.
Just empathy is really important. And I think, the world has looked so different for all of us. And I mean, right now it feels like the world is changing so fast, just day to day and month to month, that when you look at longer term of decade to decade and 20, 30 years, like we're all living in such different spaces and everyone's just kind of doing their best to figure it out. And I think having empathy for those around you, whether they're older, younger, in a different situation than you or similar, can go so far for building those bonds across different age groups, different identifiers, and really just giving people the benefit of the doubt that they're trying to do something good and meeting them where they are to kind of build a bridge and move forward together versus everyone kind of in their own silos or with their face down on their phone.
It all boils down to listening with each other and then accepting other people.
Exploring new ways of approaching communication and collaboration, and how can we be open to understanding that we all bring something to the table.